Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rakag Wadash, and double honor to the apostles of the great no stone that have taught us this truth, and to include the elder bishops on down and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, to the very well elect, especially of those that will serve Yahweh Shai in the spirit of truth. And once again, it's your brother Laban. And so, without further ado, let's play this video.
When Amazon employees say something against Project Nimbus, you fire them. That's what you do. You fire them. KI benötigt Unmengen an Ressourcen, an Strom. Nur schon der Gebrauch der Schweiz ist verantwortlich für fast 10% des nationalen Stromverbrauchs. Damit feuern die Tech-Oligarchen den Klimakollaps weiter an. Shame on you! Shame on you! You're getting profits from the deaths of millions of Palestinian people, and you're sitting here and you're trying to do good, and be for the good of AI, when you know that the technology you're producing is being used to develop killing machines. What do you have to say for yourself?
Nothing. Nada.
How do you sleep at night when you know that this is what the technology is being used for?
And that's a look of one which has been caught red-handed. And you know what this facial expression reminds me of? It reminds me of those that when they see Yahweh Shah coming back, I'm talking about the elite here of Edom. This is going to be the same facial expression, and they're going to be gobsmacked, and their whole world is going to be calibrated to a whole nother meaning. And everything is going to click for all the wrongs that they have done since their inception. All right. And that's why the scripture says every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess that he is the anointed one. All right. Let's continue to play this.
Microsoft pulls their Azure servers, pulls out of the IOF. What does Amazon do? They step in, making sure that the IOF can continue to kill. And you know this. You know this. Come on stage. Answer those people.
So these are your Amazon AI engineers. And I believe this was done in Switzerland, this AI for Good Global Summit or something along those lines. And I mean, when Esau tells you something that which is good for you, we already know back here, and it's for those that don't know to know that it's something that's going to be destructive to you. All right. And even the scriptures supports this. Now, when you go into the history of Antiochus Epiphanes, when he came across the Israelites after conquering, I believe, the Egyptians, and Ptolemy, I believe, which he was the king of Egypt at that time, he went to the Israelites, and before he conquered the Israelites, what he went and did was he spoke good words unto the Israelites just to so that he can take them down at last. And that's just what Esau does. And also another scripture which comes to mind to support all of that, which is what I've said, is Psalms 55 and verse 21. Yet his mouth was smoother than butter, yet in his heart were drawing swords, and war was in his heart. Something along those lines anyway, right? So in this video, as well as this young man is going to say, well, he ain't that young. I think he's maybe about my age or a little bit older, I believe. But he mentions that, you know, this is bad, right? Something along those lines. Let me play this video so you can see the other half of it.
What you doing is robbing people that's doing the hard work for me. You're talking hard work. When Amazon employees say something against Project Nimbus, you fire them. Genocide starts here, and you know this. If you have children, you know what this is happening.
Yeah, so he already said it to him. Yeah, so he told him, he said, you know this, right? The guy on the stage here, this devil here. They gave this facial expression, man. Look at that facial expression, boy. Anyway, let's move on. Let's read Job 20 and verse 19. And what I wanted to say too is that these people are actually Temanites. These are like the wise of out of Edom. And I believe this was in Switzerland. And when you look at Switzerland, Switzerland's actually near Germany. and also Austria too. So all of those regions, they would be your Temanites. All right. So these devils, they know what's gonna come out of this AI stuff if it went global. That's why they took to the stage and said the things that they said, man. You know what I mean? So yeah. So now let's read these precepts over here. We're gonna get this. We're gonna go somewhere else with this too, according to the topic. Job 20 and verse 19. Because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away an house which he buildeth not. Yeah, exactly. He oppressed and have forsaken the poor. And what makes primarily people poor is the fact that their lands have been taken from them. All right, that's the main purpose of these devils, is to take and to take until they couldn't take no more. And the beginning stages of Esau's world, it started with violence. Wars were being had against the tribes. All right, so they took away America from the North American Indians, so called, and the Seminole Indians, so called, which is the tribe of Gad and Reuben. All right, of the nation of Israel. That's what they did. And then they've oppressed us and have forsaken our needs. So that's why all hell is going to be coming upon Edom. And the one world system is not going to work. And it ain't going to work anyway, because Esau's agenda is to go against nature. And the more you go against nature, the more the world will rise up against you. All right. Now let's continue to read verse 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desires. Kind of like when you eat something and your belly rumbles. Most of the times you can expect to throw it back out. All right. That's what's going to happen, because your digestive system disagrees with what you're eating. So people don't agree with this one world order system coming in, because they can see the damage that it's causing, and if to be furthered into what other damages could be had as a result. All right. So that's why you have these engineers, these Temanites, getting on stage saying the things that they're saying, got this man gobsmacked on stage. All right. Like he was caught red-handed or something. Because he has. All right. So yeah, man. Let me see what else we can get. Okay, cool. Look at that face, man. Come on. Again, that's gonna be the same look that these elites are gonna have when they see Howard Shot coming back. Now let's take it back to these precepts. Um, yeah, so as this is written, there shall none of his meats be left, and therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, meaning it's going to be difficult for these devils. So as they're about to get it on and popping with their one rule system, great difficult times will be upon that. All right. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Now we look up that word wicked. The word there is amal, which means laborers. So who is labored for Esau? Those that Esau has conquered, first the tribes and all of the rest of us, even his own. And we're talking about the elite of Edom. All hands will come upon him. And this is written in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, that this will be done. All right. That what they shall disregard their kings and their princesses, and the causes of their actions shall stand in their hand. All right. So the people are going to get the upper hand. Now you will have people that will consent to take the chip, but you're going to have the other half that are going to be resistors in the way. All right. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So right when he's about to finish that last piece of salmon or that last piece of steak down his gut, then the judgment is going to come. And that judgment is going to be those missiles raining down upon him and destroying this system. And of course, destroying what they've always had in plan. All right. And it's going to rain down upon them like the brimstones rain down upon Sodom and Gomorrah. As it is also written, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. And that is your missiles. It is drawn and it come off. It is drawn and it cometh out of the body of Yea. The glittering sword cometh out of his gall, and terrors are upon him. Exactly. So terrors are going to be upon Edom overall. So Esau has to look forward to the uprising of the people, whether he wants it or not. Then he's gonna have to look towards the coming of the Lord, and then it's gonna be the missiles too, which I should have said the missiles second. All right, so holy hell is coming for Esau, and he has just that to look forward to. Now, this over here leads me to this article over here, right? As this reads, AI evangelism is contributing to anti-tech extremism, experts say. The rapid introduction of AI is making it difficult for people to build resilience to its side effects, leading to a rapid rise in anti-technology extremism, experts have said. And young people are fearing that this could actually take over certain jobs, especially your white collar jobs and what have you, right? So, there's many different reasons why people are rising up against this stuff, man. And that's reason number one, which I can think of right now. So yeah, people are not going for this anymore. They thought it was something, that could be conducive, but as time progresses, people are finding out otherwise. All right. And then you have Sam Altman here. He's talking about how singularity of AI is here, which I believe singularity of AI just involves bringing men into the um the construct of this technological world right along with AI. All right. And he's saying it because you do have a lot of people using AI for homework, especially young people for that matter. You got people want to start businesses and what have you. So they're using AI for those things and even basic things, and just even for emotional support, people are using AI for. So I can kind of see his point, but the ideal or the agenda for Esau, as well as we know, is to chip the world, to merge the world with robots, technology, right along with the digital ID system. Okay. And again, that isn't going to work. It ain't going to work. It looks good. It sounds good, but is it something that is conducive with nature? And if it isn't, it's not going to work. All right. And prophecy points to that, as I've already read already. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. The more Esau goes against nature, is the more nature or people of the world are going to go up against him. All right. Because it's not something you should be doing. Job 5 and verse 12 now. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, and so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And so I want to also tie this in with Psalms 33 and verse 10 as well. The Lord Yahweh bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. Now let's take it all the way back to Genesis chapter 11. During the days of the Tower of Babel, how Nimrod, which was the Babylonian king at the time, not Babylonian, the Ethiopian king, and what he wanted was for all people to come as one people, speaking that one language. So building the Tower of Babel would confirm that they're just one people. Okay. And what did the Lord do? The Lord upset the setup. He sent the angels down there to confound the languages of the people and divided the people. All right. So the Lord was never with that. And then you have another case in history during the time when the Israelites were building the second temple. And you had all of them nations, and it was really to do with the fact that Zerubbabel said to, I believe it was an Elamite that came down to the Israelites, and Zerubbabel told him that, look, what do you have to do to build with us? So that was like an insult to him. That was like a spit in the face, right? So then what did he go and do? He went and told the rest of his people. So it got out that the Israelites didn't want the heathen to build with them, and that really made them angry to the point where they made the Israelites very uncomfortable, distressing them, and just making their life difficult in building the temple. But in all of that, they persevered and they confirmed the temple eventually. So it was in the council of the heathen to bring it to naught. They were writing letters to the king and all that stuff, man. It was difficult times, man. They was catching hell. But again, the Most High is a power that bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. And so will the Lord do with this one world system. He's going to bring it to naught. And this is just the beginning. All right. You got Edomites that are rising up against other Edomites. Would you believe that?
When Amazon employees say something against Project Nimbus, you fire them.
And I'm going to look up the term Project Nimbus and see what we can get out of that. I might do a video on it. We'll see what happens, Lord willing. Yeah, so now let's even read this precept too. It's like I think I've read that already. I have read that already. I just left this precept. Now, as this is also written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. Yeah, so he's taking the wise out of their own craftiness because Esau has trained people to be engineers of this agenda of AI. But what's happening is these AI engineers, they're finding out that this stuff is destructive, man. This ain't good. We can't build on this stuff. We can't get behind this shit. So it ain't working. It ain't going down smoothly. And it's going to get so difficult that the agenda at large will be unattainable. All right. Let me read this last verse as well. The counsel of the Lord standeth forever. Psalms 33 and verse 11. The thoughts of his heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation who the Most High is the Lord, Yahweh, and the people whom he have chosen for his own inheritance. So there you go. So the counsel of the Lord, which is to what? Bring about his words. And yet the word is that out of the mouth of John the Revelator is to bring the mark of the beast. And then once that's done, then this place is going to be rained with missiles upon it. And it's going to go up in the fire and smoke. That's going to be the last resort of this place. There ain't no beyond, and we're going to rule with flying cars and AI and all of this craziness that they've showed you in these films throughout the years. That ain't going to happen. What's going to happen is this place is going up in the smokes, belly up in the flames. All right. So, yeah, with that, I'm closing. Shalom.